Welcome to this week's box office breakdown of the weekend of January 31 to February 2. We're diving into the weekend top 10, the biggest hits, and everything you need to know about the world of box office. Let's get started. First up, the top 10. Let's take a look at how the weekend played out. We will start with the number 1 of this weekend. That was Universal and DreamWorks' Dogman. It was 36 million on its opening weekend. In second place was Warner Bros. Companion, which cost 9.5 million on its opening weekend. In third place we have Mufasa the Lion King. It cost 6.11 million in its seventh weekend, dropping 29% from last weekend. Its running total is now 229.5 million. Number 4 we have One of Them Days with 6 million in its third weekend, dropping 25% from last week. Its running total is now 34.4 million. Number 5 we have the second week of Flight Risk with 5.6 million. It dropped 52% from last week. Its running total is now 20.9 million. And now for numbers 6 to 10. At 6th place we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with 3.23 million. In its 7th weekend it dropped 39% from last week. Its running total is now 230.5 million. And number 7 is Moana 2 in its 10th week with 2.84 million, dropping 32% from last week, for a running total of 453.9 million. Number 8 we have A Complete Unknown with 2.60 million in its 6th week, dropping 30% from last week. Its running total is now 66.7 million. Number 9 we have The Brutalist at 1.87 million in its 7th week, dropping 30% from last week. Its running total is now 12.1 million. And number 10 we have Den of Thieves 2 Pantera with 1.6 million in its 4th week, dropping 47%, and its running total is now 34.5 million. This year's top opener is now Dogman with its 36 million. Number 2 we have the first week of Den of Thieves 2 Pantera with 15 million. Number 3 is One of Them Days with 11.8 million. 4 is Flight Risk with 11.6 million. And number 5 is Wolfman with 10.9 million. And here's how the weekend shaped up per theater. Dogman led the pack with 9.27k in all of its 3,885 theaters. Number 2 is Companion with 2.89k in its 3,285 theaters. Number 3 we have One of Them Days with 2.6k in its 2,306 theaters. Number 4 is Mufasa the Lion King with 1.92k in all of its 3,180 theaters. And number 5 we have Flight Risk with 1.77k in all of its 3,161 theaters. Taking a closer look at the full weekend chart, we can see that we are more above the averages of 2021 to 2024 than we were last week, and we are closer to the averages of 2015 to 2019. And let's see if we can keep this line going and somehow go above the red line. And now let's check out the cumulative domestic box office chart. Here's the breakdown of how we are doing compared to the previous years. So here we can see that in 2025 this year, for January we are above 2024 and we are close to 2023. We can also see that we are way below what we were before the COVID pandemic. And now some domestic studio rankings, starting with Searchlight Pictures. A Complete Unknown is now the 6th highest grossing Searchlight Pictures movie domestically, with 66.7 million. It surpassed The Shape of Water's 63.8 million. I think we will see that it will get to number 5 in the coming weeks, to surpass Sideways 71.5 million. And then we have to see if the Oscars give it a jump up, and maybe it will get to number 4, but for now it's number 6. And now for A24. Baby Girl is now the 10th highest grossing movie of A24 domestically, with 27.7 million. Heretic from last year is at number 9 with 27.8 million. Moonlight is at number 8 at 27.9 million. Baby Girl will probably be at number 8 next week. The Ironclaw is at number 7 with 35.6 million. Hereditary is at number 6 with 44.1 million. Talk to Me is at number 5 with 48.3 million. Ladybird number 4, 48.9. Number 3 is Uncut Gems with 50 million. Number 2 is Civil War with 68.8 million. And number 1 is Everything Everywhere All at Once with 77.2 million. Here's the domestic top 10 of 2024. At number 1 we have Dogman. With only its opening weekend, it's already surpassing all of the other releases of this year with 36 million. Number 2 we have Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, with 34.5 million. At number 3 is One of Them Days with 34.4 million. And that movie will surpass Den of Thieves, Pantera maybe when the final estimates are in. Flight Risks is at number 4 with 20.9 million. Wolfman is at number 5 with 19.9 million. Number 6 we have Companion with 9.5 million. Number 7 is Presence with 5.88 million. At number 8 we have Brave the Dark with 3.89 million. Number 9 is Game Changer with 2.1 million. And number 10 is The Damned with 1.34 million. And now for the international stage, these films are leading the charts. Last Wednesday was the beginning of the Chinese New Year releases and the Spring Festival, which means there was a big box office weekend there, and we can also see that on this chart. On this chart is the 3-day grosses, so from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but because they did already release on Wednesday, we can see the totals below. So NASA 2 was at number 1 with 298.2 million. For only its 3 days. Its total is now 431.6 million. Number 2 we have Detective Chinatown 1900 with 133.1 million for a running total of 251.4 million. Number 3 we have Creation of the Gods 2, Demon Forces with 14.9 million. Its running total is now 123.4 million. Number 4 we have Boonie Bears Future Reborn with 26.6 million. For a running total of 57.6 million. And number 5 we have The Legend of the Condor Heroes with 21.2 million for a running total of 74.9 million. And now for the worldwide top 5, where we combine the international grosses with domestic grosses. Number 1 we have NASA 2 with 298.2 million. Number 2 Detective Chinatown 1900 with 133.1 million. Number 3 we have Creation of the Gods 2 Demon Forces with 41.7 million, including the 800k it made in the United States, with a total of 124.7 million. Number 4 we have Dogman with 40.6 million. And at number 5 we have Boonie Bears Future Reborn with 26.6 million. This year's top worldwide opening weekend gross of 2024 for US releases is now Dogman with 40.6 million. Number 2 we have Den of Thieves 2 Pantera with 19.2 million. Number 3 we have Wolfman with 15.8 million. Number 4 is Flight Risk with also 15.8 million. And number 5 we have also new release Companion with 15 million. And this year's top openers for weekend gross, no matter which week it was, is number 1 NASA 2 with 298.2 million. Number 2 we have Detective Chinatown 1900. And on number 3 we have the third week of Mufasa the Lion King with 77.1 million. Number 4 the third week of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with 72.6 million. And number 5 we have the fourth week of Mufasa the Lion King with 43.7 million. And now some franchise updates. Mufasa the Lion King is now the 7th highest costing Disney live action adaptation globally. At number 8 we have The Little Mermaid. And number 6, Maleficent. It will probably not get to this place, but we will see how much money it still makes. Number 5, we have The Jungle Book. Number 4, Alice in Wonderland. Number 3, Aladdin. Number 2, Beauty and the Beast. And at number 1 is The Lion King with 1.662 billion. And Moana 2 is now the 3rd highest grossing Walt Disney Animation Studios movie. At number 1 and 2 we have Frozen 2 and Frozen. And number 4 we have Zootopia. And then it goes down quite fast. Moana 2 is now also the 4th highest grossing November release globally, surpassing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone's 1.026 billion. We will have to see if it can still make more than 60 million to surpass Skyfall, but otherwise it will stay in the number 4 spot. And the last update for Moana 2 is that it is now the 9th highest grossing animation movie globally, surpassing Despicable Me 3 and dropping Zootopia off this chart. Number 8 we have Toy Story 3. At number 7 Toy Story 4. At number 6 is Minions. Number 5 we have Incredibles 2 with 1.243 billion. Number 4 we have Frozen with 1.306 billion. Number 3 the Super Mario Bros. Movie with 1.361 billion. Number 2 we have Frozen 2 with 1.453 billion. And number 1 we have last year's Inside Out 2 with 1.698 billion. And looking at Sonic the Hedgehog 3, it is now the second highest grossing video game movie globally, surpassing Detective Pikachu's 450.1 million. Number 4 Warcraft 5 Rampage, 6 Uncharted, 7 Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 8 The Angry Birds movie, 9 Prince of Persia The Sands of Time, and number 10 we have the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And when we look at Nosferatu, it is now the 5th highest grossing focus features movie globally, surpassing Burn After Reading's 166 million. Number 4 we have Brokeback Mountain with 178 million. It will probably surpass this movie and be the 4th highest grossing focus features movie. Number 3 we have Coraline with 186 million. Number 2 Downton Abbey with 195 million. And number 1 is London Has Fallen with 205 million. And now we are looking at DreamWorks Animation. This is a big chart, lots of movies, so it's a bit hard to see what we are looking. So the new release is Dogman. It's highlighted at number 48 still. It will climb this chart pretty fast, I think. At least surpass the Captain Underpants. You can also see The Wild Robot at number 25 from last year. It cost a nice 325.1 million. And we can see also Kung Fu Panda 4 from last year at number 11 with 547.7 million. The Shrek movies are at number 1, 2 and 3. We will get a sequel to Shrek, so we will look at how much money that one will make. I guess it will probably make a lot of money, so it's interesting to see that when it comes out. Now looking at the top 10 movies for January releases. At number 10 we have for now Maze Runner The Death Cure, but it will drop off this chart with Detective Chinatown 1900. At number 9 we have Resident Evil The Final Chapter with 340 million. At number 8 is Taken 3 with 328 million. Number 7 is XXX Return of Xander Cage with 346 million. Number 6 we have Bad Boys for Life with 427 million. And number 5 we have already Neza 2 with 431 million. So it is already the 5th highest grossing January release ever. And it will climb off this chart. It will definitely be at number 1. Maybe already next week. At number 4 we have Kung Fu Panda 3 with 521 million. At number 3 we have The Revenant with 533 million. Number 2 we have also Chinese release The Wandering Earth 2 with 650 million. Number 1 we have also a Chinese release Full River Red at 670 million. And now let's wrap up with the top 10s worldwide. At number 1 we have Neza 2 with 431.6 million. At number 2 we have Detective Chinatown 1900 with 251.4 million. At number 3 we have Creation of the Gods 2 Demon Forces with 123.4 million. At number 4 we have The Legend of the Condor Heroes with 74.9 million. Number 5 we have Bunny Bears Future Reborn at 57.6 million. Number 6 we have US release Den of Thieves 2 Pantera with 49.5 million. Number 7 is Dogman with 40.6 million. Number 8 is One of Them Days with 34.5 million. Number 9 is Chinese release Operation Hadal with 33 million. And number 10 we have Wolfman with 29.8 million. And now we are looking at some movies and series that are coming up this week. Firstly, Kinda Pregnant from Netflix on Wednesday, February 5th, starring Amy Schumer and Gillian Bell. After her friends get pregnant, Lainey becomes jealous and starts to wear a fake belly. Things become complicated when she meets the man of her dreams. On Thursday, February 6th is the Season 3 release of Invincible on Amazon Prime. Also that Thursday is the Season 6 release of The Kardashians on Hulu. The same day over on Netflix we have the premiere of Season 4 of Sweet Magnolias. Next up on Friday, February 7th is Universal's Love Hurts, starring Ki-Hoo Kwan and Ariana DeBose. Marvin Gable is a successful realtor whose past as a violent hitman comes back to haunt him when his former partner reveals that his brother is hunting him. Also on February 7th is Sony's Hard Eyes, starring Olivia Holt. Co-workers working late on Valentine's Day are mistaken for a couple by the infamous Hard Eyes killer. Now the couple must spend the most romantic night of the year running for their lives. Next up is When I'm Ready, starring Andrew Ortenberg and June Schreiner. It's the end of the world. Seeking meaning and thrills in their last days alive, Rose and Michael embark on a cross-county road trip as a devastating asteroid threatens to wipe out life on Earth. Friday, February 7th, we have the movie Renner, starring Violet Bean and Frankie Muniz. A computer genius creates an AI life coach to help him find love, but realizes too late he accidentally programmed his manipulative mother into the code. And also that Friday is the Season 2 release of Pokémon Horizons, the series, over on Netflix. And that's it for this week's Box Office Breakdown. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for all the latest updates. And I will see you next time.